Yes, isn't this magical? The very first chance I get to take a look at an Armored Alliance 3-pack, and it gets to be the Diamond pack. The Diamond Pegatrix Ultra pack, because you know me, I gotta have my Haos Diamonds. Anyway, this also gives us a chance to look at how they are doing the 3-pack now. The 3-pack actually kinda looks a little bit like how the Brawler packs were done, although in this case, we get an image of all three of the included Bakugan. No more guessing games, and that is going to be a very nice favor going forward. Another thing they've done is, rather than the sort of enlarged, rounded shape we got with the old ones, instead these are actually designed to be shaped like a hexagon, like one of the Baku cores. They're really leaning into the theme of the Hive Matrix, aren't they? They've got the hexagon patterning all over the box. They've got the box in the hexagon shape, and although I guess this isn't really anything new, although it's more flat. They had kind of a bubble to them here. This is more just straight up flat window. I guess it's designed to make it easier to stack, which, considering I have several of my diamonds currently still in box, you know, that's a nice thing to go with. So anyway, we have the Bakugan starter pack. It does kind of look like a larger single pack like we saw before, where it had like sort of the split open Hive Matrix core, just kind of like it's been slashed open by something. It has a list of all three. We have Diamond Pegatrix Ultra, Diamond Howell Core, and Diamond Pharol, although I do kind of wish it would actually list their default attribute, although if you know anything about Bakugan, you know this is pretty straightforward. Got a couple of fun things going on. First, we're going to see the Pharol in its default attribute Aurelus, and we're finally going to get to see a Core Howell Core, or should we just call it Howell Core? I don't know. But it also includes a Bakugan Gate Trainer, and apparently there's a special diamond one, so that's going to be exciting. So all I can see that the new Bakugan inside have some pretty fun ideas to them. Like, I can see the Haos symbol right here. It's actually stamped in gold. It also looks like they are trying to get the Ultras closer to what they have been promising on the back, and that is to try to make as much of it transparent as possible. It looks like the tail is still solid plastic, but the rolling arrow actually is filled in gold. They've added some gold accents here. Kind of reminds me of Haos's bygone era, but on Pharol over here, the gold paint I see on here is crazy. I'm not sure if they use this same sort of gold paint for the actual regular version. I might have to take a look at that, but I'm seeing a lot of bright metallic paint on there. Howell Core I'm not seeing so much. I'm seeing the gold arrow, but we'll just have to see what else is in there. Of course, we have a nice thick stack of cores here. This is a shield core. I assume it's one of the shield cores that goes with Pegatrix Ultra. It'll be interesting to see if it's the same as the kind that came with the gear pack. Quick look at the back. So we have the pictures of all three of the characters, although with the diamond features, it's a little hard to make out here. We can see that the prototype of the Diamond Pegatrix Ultra did have a clear tail. I keep wondering why they keep doing like the colored plastic for the Bakugan Ultra. I think, like I said, it's clear they're trying to work towards getting it more like that, but I guess Diamond Webem Ultra is just going to be the pinnacle here. But we have the list. Bakugan Ultra, 2 Bakugan, 6 Baku cores, 3 ability cards, 3 character cards, 1 collectible training card, which is hopefully going to be the diamond one. And looking down here, we have an image of the Baku storage and the Baku Battle Arena. We also, up here, we have the pictures of the Pop Open Baku action and Leap Open Baku action, although it is now being done with the updated versions of Dragonoid and Dragonoid Ultra, as opposed to what it was before, which was Chonky Dragonoid and Hydorus Ultra. Hydorus Ultra because Ultra Dragonoid was not in the original run. I am still very excited to get a look at the Baku storage case. I hope some of those come out and become available soon. I am going to be at Toy Fair. Maybe I'll see if Spin Master would be willing to spot me one. And the Bakugan Battle Arena, although this kind of looks a little bit different. It looks like they actually have like special spots to put your Bakugan now. Maybe I'll have to take a look at this one too. It also comes with an Aurelus Hydorus, and Hydorus is so far, I think, the only main character Bakugan I have not picked up, because this contains 3. This contains the Pharol and the Ultra that I already have, but we also get a Howell Core, and I got Dragonoid, and I got Trox and Nilius in the starter deck, so yeah, all I'm missing is Hydorus. Anyway, let's get these diamonds open.
The tickets are now diamond.
And yes, we did indeed get a special diamond gate trainer with the diamond logo straight up on it, although you can still have it on the back and build a nice clean grid of hexes with several more copies of the card. But hey, the diamond card can only be found in the diamond Bakugan set, so hey, I've gotten my hands on a special card here. These might be interesting to kind of trade and collect. So far I only have this one along with the ones for Shun and Leah, but hey, it's kind of cool there. We got what looks like Diamond Trox Ultra and Diamond Dragonoid Ultra up there. I kind of wish it matched the characters inside of it better, but you know, I guess there's one per character, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how the Darkus ones handle that, if we get Magnus or Lightning in them. As for what came in the set here, I was kind of wondering if we would be getting the Diamond characters as is tradition, or if we would get the Baku Gear cards, which seem to be the new standard in the Ultra sets, but indeed we got the Diamond cards, although here they're listed as Baku Evos now instead of just Evo cards. That's a new development. Of course, nothing has any abilities written on them, so if any of these cards do have abilities, we won't find out here because that's all been stripped away. We already know that Haos Pegatrix Ultra has an ability that if it wins a fight, it gets to grab another core off the field to add to itself. And since that happens during the victory step, if you use that to grab a cost reduction core to add on to it, you can chain that into effects. Like if it already has the -4 on there because you used a glaive combo and then you grab another one to make it -6, that's Pyro Hammer for free, and that's 12 damage that your opponent is going to eat that had nothing to do with what you swung at them first. Of course, the actual diamonds that we get are a bit unexciting. We have Diamond Pharol, which is 8 cost for 1511, which isn't that special. The Diamond Trox Ultra kind of set the standard for cheap beaters at 5 cost 1400. We get a 5 cost 911 from Howell Core, which is not too exciting, and a 9 cost 1712 from Pegatrix Ultra, which, assuming none of these actually turn out to have abilities, is again not terribly exciting. Howell Core is a 207, which is below par. That tells me that maybe it has an ability. And Pharol is a 505, which is technically par, but for Aurelus is a bit below par. So this guy might have an ability too. Although we have a very shield-heavy setup here. We did get a couple of strong ones. We got the highest power 300 shield, and we got the highest power +6 Fire Fist, but I do kind of wish that we could get more of the gear reduction cores in these sets. So far, I've only gotten those. I got 2 in a starter set in a deck dedicated to Baku gear, and I've only found more of the cores with these sorts of cost reductions inside the actual Baku gear set. So I hope that those Baku gear reduction stats, those Baku gear reduction cores become more generally widespread. If the idea was that you didn't need the toys in order to use the Baku Gear cards, having it so that only the Baku Gear sets contain the Baku Gear reduction cores kind of defeats the purpose. But anyway, taking a closer look at some of our characters, yes, all of them do have their logo in nice prominent gold. I think in at least one case, Pharol's is kind of hidden on the bottom there. I think in Pharol's case, at the very least, that the power is also written in gold. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if I can... Yeah, there we go. It's the 500 B power is actually written in the same gold ink. And while we're looking at this, there's a lot of interesting stuff in the design of Diamond Pharol, because rather than using a sort of glittery color scheme, these are straight up vibrant, bright, and powerful metallic paints that they're using here. They have this silver stripe on its butt and these very, very bright gold paint on the wings. It's slightly brassy gold, especially compared to the very orange gold that Aurelus normally is. Although I guess the brassy gold, if this was the paint that they're using on top of that orange, would help it stand out. And it is a very, very striking, bright, and highly reflective gold. So even if it is slightly brassy, I still think this is a very strong look for the gold as well as the silver. Aurelus seems to have really stepped up its game with the color it's going for. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that this might even be gold leaf, but I'm pretty dang confident that this is actually just very, very fancy gold paint, but it looks very good. It almost looks like that sort of plated plastic you would see back in the day. And Pharol, in the tradition of the death mask of King Tutankhamun, which so many mummy designs are based on, has the blue stripes along its crown, along with a little bit of gold, although because it is diamond, most of it is clear. Although the actual picture of the character makes it look more like a hood. Kind of funny, especially with this gap here. Kind of looks like it's a cat wearing a hoodie with wings on it. That's, I guess that's going to be a quote that people are going to make now. Pharol, cat with hoodie and wings. Now, for Pegatrix Ultra, it again has that solid white on the back, but it does do a lot more with the diamond effect than a lot of the Ultras have done. It does have the slightly metallic paint when it uses with the green and a little bit with the blue, but mostly this sort of jade here does have a bit of a metallic shine to it, although nothing on the level of Pharol. The B power is also still written in black on the wing tip, but that little extra transformation there. Oh, the horn is made out of a somewhat metallic plastic, although, you know, I mostly collect these because I like to collect the Haos ones, although the color here seems to be a bit warmer than what we got with the standard variety. Of course, with the diamond one, because of the clear use of the head plastic, the green on the lower jaw just penetrates all the way through the head and just lights up the whole thing in a way that it does not on the regular one, although that's just an effect of how things are painted. We, of course, have a different colored arrow here. The diamonds now have a gold arrow along with a gold logo, and versus the one for Haos here. And because Haos is its primary attribute, in a lot of places where the regular one would be colored green, it is instead colored white, and a lot of the places where it'd be colored blue, it is instead colored green in an effort to really get that distinguishing look there. Although this sort of intense green doesn't seem to be matched by anything on the standard Haos Pegatrix. This is kind of a teal here. This is a very sharp color. It looks like they are purposely putting sharper colors on the diamonds, although I have to say the plastic that they chose for the tail here is maybe not quite as good at exemplifying. It's a slightly pearlescent, slightly opalescent white that they've used here, which it does not quite capture the detail on the tail as well. Honestly, I still would have made this piece clear. This has still been the big issue with Ultras, is that not all of the pieces are clear, despite the fact that with the cores, all of the pieces are clear. Although, of course, the weapons all still work as well. That gives us a bit of a chance to, you can maybe make out how the two pieces are a slightly different color, but all the pieces still work normally. The wing flaps still flip out. Still lots of fun. It's great to see the diamonds. And finally, we have Howell Core, which is something we have yet to see, although it looks a bit more like... it actually kind of reminds me of Zentaur a little bit with how it's designed there. It has the limbs coming out the back, although it has this this part that kind of juts forward with the heads here, which look a little bit like arms. Now, where's the B power on you? Ah, the B power on this one is in gold. So we have a bit of an interesting consistency here where either the Ultras, or maybe because it's the Haos one, has it in black, whereas these have it in gold. I think this might be the way they handled the special editions that were given out last year, is that they gave them the gold. Although in this case, yeah, it's on the back of the rear head there is where the attribute symbol is. It's nice to see these new little additions being done to the diamonds, although, like I said, the one problem I have is I wish the Ultras were 100%, but hey, these are great. They look like they're nice and user-friendly. Only Pharol has any difficulty. You have to tuck in the legs and hold them there it actually has like a little gap there that you hold it in, you tuck back the head. Pharol is also the only one that fully unfolds itself, which is why it's a bit more complicated to put back. I've done a whole video on Pega Ultra. On this one, it looks like you close the legs, push back the head, then you push the heads down, and there you go. Okay, not too hard at all. none of these are terribly difficult. But yeah, there we go. Our first look at a starter pack, and it's all diamonds. So next time I talk about Bakugan, unless I somehow stumble across another set of diamonds, it is going to be from New York Toy Fair. My visit there is scheduled for 1 p.m. on Monday, which is a bit late into the event, but it will give me a chance to take a good look at some stuff. Be sure to subscribe to my Twitter, keep an eye on that, and until next time, this is Kodak signing off.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell it. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamonds.